This week we are thrilled to share a huge win for our home build. As usual, we are working as hard as ever to reach yet another milestone, from building the forms to pouring the slab for our first porch. These small wins give us a sense of fulfillment as we keep nudging closer and closer towards our ultimate goal. So y'all, welcome back to Cajun Country Livin'.
So trying to get this thing started, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where the elevation of the top of the porch is going to land against the house. We don't have a laser transit with us right now. That laser transit belongs to my brother and he's using it today. So what we're going to do is use a level and a string to get us close. And we're going to let the top of our form hit a little bit high against the outside of the house. That way when we shoot it with a laser transit, we can tap the forms down a little bit. At least that's the thought process. But this is going to get us in the ballpark. That way we don't have to wait.
So where we're basing the top of our slab is going to be right underneath this door. That's why we're putting our string as a starter point. We're just putting a little loop in the string, attaching it right there, like y'all see, and we're just going to go down the side of the wall till we get to where the outside of the form would be.
So how many of y'all noticed this? How cool is this? We have a brand new roll of contractor twine. No knots, no tying pieces together. Feel like Santa's come or something, you know what I mean? Makes it so nice. And we're even rolling it back up. Instead of spooling it up on a stick and letting it get tangled up, we're really trying to learn from our mistakes here. So you gotta give us props for that. You gotta have two 12-foot boards because this is a 12-foot porch. They're gonna tie into our 34-foot section. That's gonna be the length of the porch. So we're gonna chop out two of these 12-footers. Ladley's already trying to put pins in the ground. She's like, we gotta get production here, fellas.
Looking good.
It's definitely getting there.
Looking good.
It's getting there. I'll be glad when there's concrete here.
I'm not even talking about that.
It's these stylish cargo shorts.
Oh yes.
That's right. Uncle Amazon makes all my clothes.
So 2 down and 1 to go. We obviously don't have a piece of wood that's going to be this long, so we're going to have to scab a piece to the back to strengthen wherever we decide to cut it and go from there.
The poor old trailer's seen its better days. It still serves a purpose though. I think we don't have to cut the ends off of this one. This one looks pretty straight all the way down. These other two's got a little janky ends. God, I hate buying store-bought wood.
I know y'all always hear us complain about buying store-bought lumber, but this is the exact reason.
Look at it. Can you see it? Making that little S curve right there. That's the reason if we need 12 foot, we buy 14 foot. If we need 16 foot, we buy, well, whatever. You get the point. But look, zoom in on this. Check this out. Number 1 prime. And it has a S curve in the end of it. I mean, there's got to be something wrong with that. Oh well, let's cut it off.
That's why you keep the paint cans around now. I see.
Yeah, rolling. It's adjustable. Rust-Oleum adjustable paint can hooters.
See, you would never get that adjustable maximum capacity out of a Hooters if it was to be sitting on a pair of sawhorses.
Well, that's right. I mean, we just rather work on the ground and use paint cans. I mean, if you would buy an adjustable rolling board Hooters, probably cost you dozens of dollars. But look, we saved our old paint cans, serves multiple purposes. Now we're gonna whack this off.
So like I talked about, we're gonna have a smaller piece right here, and we're gonna have to scab right where we connected these two longer pieces. But right here, we're actually gonna run this probably 5 or 6 inches longer than we need it. That way, in case we need to move our form in and out whenever we go to make that 90-degree angle right here, we'll be able to do so because we left ourselves, you know, that 5 or 6 inches. Need what? Band-aids?
I said band-aids, I meant scabs, but whatever.
No, own that.
Band-aids. We're gonna put some band-aids on this sore that we have. So we have our crowns and our boards laid out the way we want them. So we're gonna lay these down this way. So you see that we have a joint right here. We have a butt joint, we have a cut, we have a bobo, we have a scab, we have a band-aid, whatever you want to call it.
So you have a scab on your butt joint? So we're all one piece now. And got it stood up. So the next thing that we're gonna do is measure out 34 foot on the top of this side of our frame. The frame that's got the what, Jimmy? What is it got?
Band-aids.
We put that orange square on each corner and everything fell out just about perfect. So whenever it comes to putting this pin in, we're having a slight issue.
We dug these chain walls with a ditch witch, so they're not perfect, but I should have went further inside the slab than I did. So it puts me putting this pin in right on the edge of this hole, on the edge of this ditch. Well, if you got to drive that pin in, it just breaks the ditch bank back. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw a spacer block in. That way I can get out here on good solid ground to drive my pin in.
So another band-aid.
Band-aid for the band-aid.
So this morning I came out here and went ahead and got all this wire that we're going to use inside of the slab that we're going to be pouring tomorrow, and we need to get it stretched out. I need to start laying it out and see if we need to cut it, what we need to do, if we need to get some more or not. So I'm going to go home and get that started and rolling this morning. Hopefully I can get it laid out enough that I can see if it's going to be enough and if Jim needs to pick some up on the way home or not.
So the next step is we're going to put down some 6 mil plastic. Concrete is porous, and when the ground has moisture, we don't want the moisture wicking up through the concrete. So we're going to put a 6 mil plastic down. Then we're going to put some chair bricks probably and set our wire on top of it. Get it ready.
A lot of times whenever you put that wire down first, you'll have to get like a hook and kind of pull it up to the middle of that. But by us putting these bricks down, if we have to pull it up at all, it won't be much.
Hopefully we won't have to. Usually one of two things happens. Either you don't get it pulled up enough, or you get it pulled up too high and then the wire's at the top of the concrete. I'm sure professionals has this down, but
that is not us.
we're gonna try to take the foolproof method. Just so happens we found a bunch of ripe chair bricks for concrete. Ain't that something? Way back here in the middle of the woods. And they're ripe.
So they're ready for harvest?
They're ready. Let's harvest them.
For that to have been there, one of us had to pick I guess we both would have had to pick it up.
He won't eat much.
Just a little nibble. That's all he wants. Huh. Once we got the panels in place, we were able to level the form, staple plastic to the form, and backfill the dirt to help keep the concrete from coming out of the bottom of the 2x4s. Then we were able to finish reinforcing the slab with some rods, and I got a chance to learn what rod busting was, and trust me, you do not want that job.
The ladies will know that's a lie.
Okay, everybody, today's the day. We're going to try to get our slab poured for our porch, and lucky for us, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the concrete whisperer, Mr. Seth. He's come to help us out today. brought a couple trainees, so hopefully this is going to go pretty smooth now that we have a little direction.
And y'all might have seen them before. They were the ones who came and helped us on our roof. So everybody who said thank you then, y'all make sure to thank them now because we sure appreciate it.
Big thumbs up for Mr. Seth. And he's also the one that came and bailed us out on the ceiling in the cathedral. So, man of many, many talents. Thank goodness this is one of them too.
You're gonna make my head swell.